Well, hello and welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Tamara Rossander. I'm a licensed practitioner and ministerial student here at CSL White Rock. I was just thinking about how long I've actually been with CSL for, and I realized that I've been with CSL since 2010. So it's been 11 years that I've been with this amazing community of people who are committed to doing the individual and collective work of realizing and loving and a vibrant world that works for all. And we've consciously cultivated this virtual space to be a place of connection, nourishment, and inspiration. So wherever you are on your path, whether you're soaring or struggling, there's a place for you here. Now, as I'm a settler on this land, I feel privileged to live and work on the traditional unceded territory of the Coast Salish nations, including Stolo, Tsawwassen, Semiahmoo, Katzie, Wasonic nations. And I honor the ones who lived here before us and still live here today. And my commitment to the elders and to this earth is to walk softly as I can. So now I ask you to silence all your devices, practice the presence, and let's anchor our time together in prayer. So as we take a collective breath in and know that there is one life, one love, one divine wisdom that operates in, through, and as each person here. As we are working through this day and knowing that life is unfolding in perfection, that I know that I am love expressed, as everyone is unique and in perfect harmony. So with this day, with this blessing, with great gratitude, as we walk this path together, I celebrate my divine goodness and each person here. And I know that spirit is good. And I release these words into the law and to love, and knowing right action is happening already. I ask you to join me in saying, and so it is. So now I'd love to invite our musician for the day. Is Ranj Singh is coming in for his first song. And Ranj is a unique sound. What he calls in Indo-Canadian folk, I believe. I'm just looking here for the description. But I know I have enjoyed so much being able to go and witness Ranj in person, where he has been in a place at Gracie's or anywhere else and just listen to his Eastern rhythms and melodies that meet Western folk to create this blessed sound that he has. So I'd like to welcome Ranj Singh.
Thanks, Tamara. So honored to have my very first performance on Remembrance Day last Thursday, and I sang this song that I wrote for my grandfather there, and it really hit home for a lot of folks. So. When I grow up, I wanna be like you. When I grow up, I wanna be brave like you. And I could walk the world 1,000 times, never will I find someone like you. When I grow up, I wanna be strong like you. I wanna share my love just like you. And every day I'll remember you and work so hard to be just like you. If I stumble and if I fall, I'll think of you and I will stand so tall. It would be a dream come true if I could be just like you. When I grow up, I wanna laugh like you. When I grow up, I wanna smile like you. And I will brighten every room. Man, it would be so cool to be like you. When I grow up, I'll never show my fear, 'cause I will always know that you are near. So many things I wanna do, but most of all I wanna be just like you. If I stumble and if I fall, I think of you and I will stand so tall. It would be a dream come true if I could be just like you. Just like you. Just like you.
And you are amazing as well. Thank you, Ren. This is beautiful. Oh my gosh. How fortunate are we today? Even though it's raining and cold and a little windy outside, we get to hear such powerful music and an amazing meditation from Georgia. I loved it, Georgia. It was really heart opening, and I think that is what you were going for, and what grace that you handled everything with. So thank you. So today, my name again is Tamara Rossander. I'm a practitioner here and also a ministerial student trainee, or is that what you call us? Trainees. It's kind of business term, silly girl. Anyways, it's all good. And today I'm here to talk about grace and beauty. So what a perfect song that we got to hear before that. So it's seeing the beauty and feeling the grace. So it took a lot of time this week contemplating about what that meant to me. What is grace? What is beauty? And I came up with, I saw a quote. It said about beauty is just not about looks. It's about what's inside. And then it's how I show up in the world and make other people feel. That is beauty. And it's nature. It is what is going on in the world out there. That's when I most relate to beauty, is when I'm in nature and thinking about the things that happen or go through. I don't know if everybody saw this week. I guess, was it last week? I don't know. Time flows together sometimes. That there was that beautiful double rainbow that we had over the city. And the colors, I have never seen colors so vibrant I just have never seen that in nature before. And then I went out and I walked down the path in front of my house, and there the trees were shimmering and they were glowing in this beautiful orange gold color. And I was like, oh, what a moment. I was so excited. I actually took that moment and reached out to my mom and said, I can't believe it. This is just so beautiful. I have to share this moment with you. So I had her on FaceTime and we looked through. But that moment of connection, that moment when I was in that space, that presence, that is when I felt the grace. The two connected, the beauty and the grace. And I think of the trees and how they were shimmering, and yet they were allowing, and the leaves were falling, they were on the ground, and how grace, I can see the grace through change. And it's even the change of seasons, the change of weather, the change of CSL White Rock. And yet to me today, when I'm talking about grace, I'm talking about that grace that is there to lift you up. That grace that is the wind beneath your wings, under you, that powers you and moves you through to the next thing, even when it can be challenging, or even in those beautiful, sweet moments where you may be staring in your husband's eyes, or your partner, or your child, or somebody that you just care about, or just holding a hand. And knowing as you breathe in that moment, that is the grace that is there. And is there all the time for us as we go through. So, today, and as I was thinking about what did I want to talk about? How can we move through? And I loved how Georgia talked in her meditation about that open heart and walking through. To me, when she said that part, I was in the beginning, I wanted to madly write down the words of what she said, is that when we open our heart and allow that divine, allow the truth of us to show up and be who we are, to be in our vulnerability. Brene Brown says, what makes us vulnerable makes us beautiful. So I can be messy and in my own stuff that's going on in my life, and yet I can still show up in a way that is beautiful, a way that is graceful. And it's reminding myself of that. So, I was thinking about this last little while. I've, every time I get up and talk with you, I have had another loss in my life. And this one was a few weeks ago of a dear, dear friend, Kim, who just meant the world to me. And she was one of those sparkly, beautiful human beings who just walked in the room with grace and owned it. You knew Kim was in the room. And she made everyone feel welcome and loved. And she made her way to make sure that she would talk to everybody, and to do that, to make sure that she connected. And so everybody felt included. Everybody felt that presence of Kim in the room. So what I found lovely about this, I was thinking of a story. Actually, I was thinking of Beauty and the Beast. So where Beauty goes through into the forest, into that dark night of our soul sometimes, where we're lost and trapped, and then she's found by the Beast, who, when she sees him at first, is frightened and scared and not sure how to do it. But as she comes to know the Beast and comes to realize it, she changes her mind about him. She makes a different choice. And that's what happened with my friend Kim. Kim was Beauty, and Cancer was the Beast. And yet she made friends with it. She came to it at the very end, knowing that she had difficult conversations to make. What made me think earlier when I said about staring into your husband's eyes, They took time at night, each night, just to be there with each other in her final days and stare into each other's eyes and just be in that moment, to be graceful. And she had the hard conversations, and she had her family around her. And on Thanksgiving morning, she woke up and the sun was going. We're so fortunate where we live again. We live by the Nickelmackle River in South Surrey, and she overlooked the river, which is just across the street from me. And she woke up and she was looking out at the river and her family there, and she started to sing "Morning Has Broken," and her whole family joined in. And they had this time that when they had her memorial that they talked about, they'll never ever forget that moment and cherish that moment. So in Science of Mind, we believe that heaven is within us and that we experience it to the degree that we become conscious of it. That we become conscious of it, that we're aware of what is happening around us. You know, there is that time in our life where we can look and see how things are going, and it's like, oh my goodness, the challenges I'm having with a friend or my husband or my children. And yet then there's also those moments of people reaching out, people contacting you that you didn't really anticipate because they just felt you. I just even had that experience this weekend. I had a really rough go and was struggling with this loss. And there was some other things going on in my life that were making it a little more challenging than I would like. But that is life. It was learning. It was new opportunity for me to grow. And this friend said, I just felt that I needed to reach out and talk to you. It seemed like you've been on my mind. You've been on my mind. And I said, thank you. It means so much to me that you reached out and did that. But so in there I was graced. I was graced by that friend connected with me, that she was able to understand that I was maybe going through some challenging times. She didn't even know that my friend had passed, but she just was like, I just knew that you were on my mind. So from that grace, from that place of being, that seeing that what is old maybe becomes new again, when we can make again that different choice, when we see the beast and we can have fear and worry and be scared, or we can step over and make a different choice. We can change our mind about what is in front of us, because we know if we turn inside and listen and open our heart, that it'll lead us in the right direction. We can recognize that the grace that Spirit pours into each of us and out of each of us, that as we go through life, that how I am inwardly is going to show up outwardly. So if I'm doing my spiritual practices, I'm doing my work, I'm doing the things, I know that I can shift my life. And I've been known to suffer from depression from time to time. And especially in these dark days, it's so hard. And yet working with CSL, Science of Mind, I'm able to get through it quicker. I'm able to take that time that I need for myself to heal myself, reach out to a practitioner, and they know that truth of me. They know who I really am. So the CSL White Rock is such an important place for me as we grow our community and decide what's going forward next. It's a collective seeing what is new and is wonderfully welcomed. We want diversity, joy, love, the things. And I think of spirit, and no spirit expresses in each of us. And spirit is beauty. Spirit is life. Spirit is love. Spirit is joy, power, and peace. And knowing that spirit is all those things, I know that I can walk this path with each of you in this space, and knowing that truth for each of you as well. You know, I had to do some work with Simon Sinek once. Well, I didn't have to, I chose to. Haha, catch those words. And I worked on my why. What is it? What is it that was calling me forward? What was it that I wanted to do with my journey? And what I came up with was to walk people on their spiritual path so they can awaken their hearts, expand their lives, and hence transform the world. And that is the grace that we have. Grace, it's beauty magnified and grace exemplified in the world right now, where it is so needed with the division of here, of now, of what is going on, vaxxers, anti-vaxxers, whatever it is. There's just been so much division. And yet, if we take that breath and we can look and see the other person through the eyes of grace, through the eyes of love, through the eyes of joy, would that make a difference? Would that make a difference? So as we grow and move and have these challenges in our life and tap into what our values really are, I know for me, I just did a values exercise, and integrity is so important to me, and love and grace, and just walking this path, walking my talk every day at a deeper and deeper level. So I love classes, which I sign up for a lot all the time. But it's just that it's another way of learning and hearing other than reading and being, and when I'm in community, that is when I learn the most. That is when I learn the most. Because it is so important to be in community and have people mirror back to me what is going on in my life. Because usually what's going on here, it shows up. It shows up out there. So if I'm doubting myself, or I am struggling with a problem, or I'm grumpy, I run into the grumpy cashier at Savon, or I run into somebody honking their horn at me. But yet, if I see that happening and I become aware and conscious, then I can shift myself. I can go, Tamara, remember, it's not the truth of you. It's not the truth of you that you're a grumpy person. It's not the truth. So as I step into the newness of what is happening, what is joy to me, what is grace to me, I want to walk that every day. And just know that every step I've taken in my life has got me to this point right here, right now. So there's an exquisiteness and a beauty in the divine order. Because without even the smallest step we took, or tiniest choice that we made on our path, we would not be where we are today. Right? And so the people that I have in my life wouldn't be here. So thank goodness I made the choices I did when I did. And I feel that I have a graced life. I was reading a poem this morning by Mary Oliver. And she was talking about almost a conversation with an otter. But she said the otter, would sometimes come closer to her as she was sitting on the banks of the river. And he would come and she would kind of have a little bit of a conversation, and she would admire his whiskers and his dark fur. But she said, he has no words. Still, what he tells about his life is clear. He doesn't own a computer. He imagines the river will last forever. He does not envy the dry house I live in. He does not wonder who or what it is that I worship. He wonders, morning after morning, that the river is cold and fresh and alive, and still I don't jump in. So today, I'm asking you to look for the beauty in all the things and allow yourself the space and time to jump in. Feel the grace that follows. Know that peace, poise, and power are within you, for they are the witness of the inner spirit of all love, truth, and wisdom. That's from Science of Mind. So today, take forward this affirmation. Peace is my priority. I choose it in my daily life, creating my own heaven on earth. Because heaven on earth is right here. It's just what we allow and what we awaken to. So it's a brand new day. It's a brand new moment, and I'm at choice. So allow our consciousness to elevate us. Allow our joy, allow our life to just express, knowing that that is what it is. Today, see the beauty and feel the grace. Thank you. So just knowing there's one creative intelligence, and it is the maker of all things seen and unseen. It is known and all the things that are yet to be known and unknown. It is the ebb and flow of all existence. It's equally present in every space and time, providing itself to and through in all of its creation in the form of peace, love, joy, life, and purpose. Rich and lavish goodness is abundantly provided to each perfect being. So right here, right now, I speak truth. I'm intentional and an integral expression of the divine life. I live and I breathe my purpose. I allow goodness to pour through me in the most natural and practical way. And I lace joy and beauty and love through my words, thoughts, and tasks. I share sacredness in every direction with smiles, helping hands, and laughters. I bless my community with grace, empathy, and compassion. I celebrate the divine goodness in all, and I revel in the eternal bounty that fills my heart. And I humbly delight in my practical goodness, knowing that spirit is good, knowing life is good. This gratitude that I feel here for our community of CSL White Rock and the next unfolding of it all is magical, is exciting, is joyous, and I know it will be filled with grace. So knowing that this time we've spent together has been sacred, has been good. I release these words to the law of mind and to love, knowing it is already so. And so it is.
That was beautiful. I think I may have to listen to the recording and subscribe that. Now we are brought to our offertory. Perhaps the slides will go up on the screen, I'm not sure. We here at CSL create sacred opportunities for personal empowerment and collective transformation through wholehearted experiences of truth and spirit. If you were inspired by today's music and message, as well as our weekly and monthly programs, we gratefully receive your gift, tithe, and offering. You can donate on our website at https://www. It's csl-whitewalk.com/donate. These are all in the chat if you can see it now. You can mail us a check, or you could also send an e-transfer. Gifts of all sizes are helpful. Your contributions make all of this possible. Thank you so much. Please join me in declaring our prosperity affirmation. Divine love within blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is.